Good morning. Nice. You're not here, but I'm getting started anyway. Take a nice big deep breath. Hopefully you're going to find time later in the day to do this class because it's going to be a good one. Come all the way down with your butt pushing backwards. Your feet are fairly close together, so you're going to start to engage your core. So just hang out in this bowl for a sec. Take a breath or two. Bring your hands above the knees and come all the way back up again. Let's try that again. Big deep breath. There she is. Hello. Okay, we've already started. Start breathing and reaching and lengthening the body. Now come all the way down, relax your head so it's just going to hang where it wants to. Take a breath or two here. Kind of really try to expand through your rib cage. Now hands are going to come above the knee, come all the way back up again, and take another big deep breath. Keep your feet fairly close together so you're forcing the core to do some work here. Come all the way back down. 1 or 2 breaths, really big. Hands back above the knees, come all the way back up again. So left hand's going to stay down, right arm is going to reach up, and then switch. So while you reach it out, up, reach it out. It's all about feeling length through the side of the hip and your side body, right? Let's just do a few more. Now, pull the feet together, make a fist, thumbs up, pull the elbows back. So you're trying to get them as far back as you can. Your feet are together, your tummy is in, of course, because it's always in, right? Now, come halfway down with your elbows nice and high. And then come back up again. Now, if you felt your weight shift from left foot to right or right to left, try to fix that. Stay really balanced. Come on back up again. And we're going to do this one more time. See if you can get those elbows nice and high. Now, release the arms, look through your knees. So you're just folding into your thighs. From here, we're going to inhale and extend to a flat back. And then exhale back down, drift your hips backwards. Try it again. Inhale, extend. And if you can have straight legs, that's fabulous. Keep them straight. Exhale, pull. And one more time. Inhale, lift. And exhale, fold. Walk your hands out to the front of your mat, meet me in your plank. And from here, it's between plank and down dog. Your feet are still together. So go nice and slow and steady. When you're pulling forward and the shoulders are over the wrists, you want to be mindful not to drop your face. So you're looking forward of your mat. We always want to keep our neck nice and long. Those muscles there get an opportunity to work as well. Okay, meet me in your plank. Step your feet into bear, still keeping them together. Squeeze your knees. Activate your inner thighs. Step back to your plank. Step back in, squeeze those knees. And step back plank. And one more time, squeeze. Now, let's put the knees down. Round the back, look at your knees. So you got a big, rounded back, lots of separation in the shoulder blades. Now, sink into those shoulders, take your gaze forward, look out, and let's do that again, round that back. Now, while you're rounding your back, if you can tuck the pelvis under a little bit, just enhancing the stretch you're getting in your lower back. And now reverse it. Drop into the shoulders, look forward. Really important here to keep the tummy pulling up and into the back. One more time, round. Look at those knees. Now you're going to come back to a neutral spine. You're just going to take that left leg, reach it back behind you, and pull it back in to touch the other knee, and then switch. Right leg back behind you. Try to keep the hips from shifting side to side when you do this exercise. This is nice and slow and in control. Switching from side to side. And let's make sure we're not locking out at the elbow. And let's make sure too that we're getting that leg straight back there. You don't want it floating. You want to engage muscle. Wake up those legs. A couple more on each side. Okay, come off your knees and go to your down dog. Now you're going to lift the left leg and lift the right. Just waking up your glutes now. Just go side to side. Make sure you can see your arms through your peripheral vision. And you're keeping your hips nice and square as the leg goes back behind you. Now, stay on that right leg and just lift it up and down. Just at a pace that feels good for you. And now do the same on the left, up and down. Work the full range that you can while you still keep your hips square. Okay, now waking up our calves, up high on the toes, feet together. Drive your heels to the floor. Keep that going. We'll work for your calves. Little massage for the pad of the foot as you lift and lower. Do 3 more here. Hold up on the toes. Get the heels up really high, as high as you can. Now drive the heels to the floor. Open your feet 4 to 6 inches apart and slide your feet a little further back, almost to the point where you can't get the heels down. So you're really getting a deep stretch into your calves. Just here for another 5 seconds. Pull in your ribs, pull in your stomach. So much to remember. Okay, walk your feet forward. Meet me back in your full fold. Oh my goodness, we're getting so much more range here. How good does this feel now? Let's cross the arms at the elbow. Unweight your upper body. Take a deep breath. On the exhalation, see if the forearms get a little closer to the floor. It should just happen naturally. Breathe really deep each time. Okay, let's take the hands above the knees. Come up with your torso slowly. There we go. Okay, we're going to start with lateral lunges and no weights. I always like to do this exercise without weights on the first go around. So take your feet far apart. It's kind of like dynamic stretching, really. Toes face forward, right? Your hands are going to stay at your heart. You're just going to lunge right. And then come back up and lunge left. Shouldn't feel too strenuous. You're just trying to wake up your inner thighs and your quads and hamstrings. Do a few more. And as you begin to get comfortable with this movement, work on your range. Maybe your butt can get a little bit lower. So you're going down, then you're coming all the way up and then down on the other side. Great job. Take the arms out. Adding a little bit more work here. Keep your shoulders retracted. And of course, we're not rounding our back. No, no, no. Okay, now lunge left, meet me over on the left side, and then just keep the legs bent, scoot over right. Scoot back left. So you're not coming up to a straight leg anymore. You're just kind of going side to side. Just a few more. Now on these last few, try to lift your arms a little higher so you're really getting a lot of effort going into the upper back. Nice. Okay, come on back up. That'll get the heart rate up and the body a little bit warm. Okay, if you have this little band handy, I hope, go grab it. We're going to lie down on our right side with our band just above the ankles. So get comfy on the right. So I like to rest my head on my arm, and my arm is fully extended out. I've got my hips even, and I got my band really tight. And then lower, bring the feet together so the band completely releases. And then lift back up as high as you can. And then lower back down. And lift. And lower. Now, if you're using the hardest band, you're going to be struggling to get a lot of range, which is really ideal. Challenge it, make it hard. Nice. We got this, right? Keep going. So you're staying on that same side, and we're just lifting and lowering. Let's do a few more here. Okay, now hold it up, and let's just do a little pulse. Up an inch, down an inch. Getting all these tiny little muscles. 5, 4, 3, 2, and down. Oh my goodness, let's go over onto the other side. So get nice and comfy. Make sure you're stacking your hips so you don't feel that hip bone digging into the floor, right? Up and down. Try to make each one of these fabulous because we're not here long. Your leg is fully extended. You're giving each one of these all you got. Make it fabulous. A few more. And we add that little pulse to finish off. Let's go. Up and down an inch at the top of the move. Nice job. Okay. Enough of that band, but while we're lying down here, we're going to meet in a bridge. So I'm going to have you pick up the heaviest weight that you have and hold it just over the hips. Bend your legs and get yourself into a bridge. Your feet are hip width apart. Try to keep the back of the arms off the floor so you're weighting everything possible into the hips. Now, as I mentioned before, 4 to 6 inches apart with the feet or whatever the width of the hips are, extend the right leg out and bring it back to the floor and do the same with the left. Now, while you begin to create this movement, try to be very quiet through your hips. Don't let them shift. Work it as best you can. If you feel your knees splaying out, use your inner thighs and bring them back in. Great job. Just breathe and keep alternating. You're holding that heavy weight, which is just making this exercise a little more challenging. Let's do a few more of these kickouts. Make sure you're extending fully each time. And you're trying your best not to let your hips get any closer to the floor. Okay, now slide your feet out. Keep going so that you have just a small bend in the legs. And then I want you to lift your toes up towards the ceiling. Just hold this. So now, by moving to a much smaller bend in the leg, you're incorporating your hamstrings to this exercise a little more. Right now, we're just going to hold your hips up and squeeze the glutes. Now, in slow motion, start to lower down one vertebrae at a time till your butt hits the floor and bring it right back up again. At the top of the move, squeeze those knees into one another and activate your inner thighs. Open them back out, one vertebrae at a time, start your descent. And lift back up and squeeze those inner thighs. Lots of power coming into these legs here. Open and slowly come back down. And just keep this going. Up, squeeze, release, and lower. It's not really a release, you're just opening your knees. Squeeze, open and lower really slowly. Take your time here to make this special. We're going to do 5 more. Of course, you're going at your pace. Try your best to get down one vertebrae at a time, each one. Now, squeeze those knees at the top if you've done your count, and just hold the squeeze while you breathe. Hopefully by now you feel either a little burning or maybe tremble. Really good stuff. Hold and breathe a little longer. Nice job. Release it. Roll yourself up. Oh my goodness. So now before we get up, we're going to meet in staff pose. We're going to do a nice little stretch, which is going to benefit those hamstrings and your lower back. Perfect stretch to do after a bridge. So fold forward. Maybe the forearms can get down on the floor. It doesn't matter. Your back is rounding. And most importantly, you're breathing. Big, huge breaths. I like to say, try to breathe into your lower back. Focus on the muscles that we're stretching. Hamstrings should feel really good in this position. Okay, walk it back up. Now we're coming back up. Bring those feet in, come up onto the toes, and get yourself back up. Okay, we are going to do some deadlifts with our heaviest weights. Your hamstrings should be craving a good deadlift. So we're going to start with our feet pretty wide. I have mine even a little bit off the width of the mat. Weights out in front, slowly, with your spine staying long. And the heaviest weights you have in your hands, hold down and come back up. So we don't round our back. Goodness, no. Booty pushes back, weights in the heels. Nice. So by keeping the feet a little bit wider, you're getting into a little bit of the inner thighs here. Why not, right? Let's get it all done in 45 minutes. Tuck in that belly, especially when you have gravity wanting to let it hang, right? Pull it in. Could be an ab workout too. Now, when you lower the weights, how close can you keep them to your legs? Okay, we're going to add a little pulse here. So come on down, maybe halfway down your shins, and then go up an inch and down an inch. The wrists are nice and neutral. Your spine is long. Now come all the way back up and go up and down. Keep your core really tight. Squeeze those glutes as you start to come up. Fire them as best you can. You want to wake them up and work them. They've been chilling all night. Okay, meet me halfway down the shin. Start that pulse. Okay, all the way back up. Squeeze and come back down. And all the way back up and down. And again, up and down. Add that little pulse halfway down the shin. Woohoo! Love this feeling. So good. Back up. Oh my, we're starting to feel it, I'm sure. This is our last round. So we're going to work it here. Get a little edgy. Have a little fun. Okay, 5 more. Yes, you can. Nice job. Last 2 and 1 more pulse. So come back up. Now go down halfway down the shin and pulse it up and down. Now while you're doing this, can you move your hips back a little bit? Certainly nothing in the toes. This is all posterior muscle chain exercise. Okay, let's put those weights down. Woo! Shake out your grip. Good job. Okay, we're going to give our legs a little bit of a break. We're going to come down, chest, arms, lats, and triceps. We're getting it all in today in the upper body. So when we do a chest press, we start out with our elbows going out to the side. You can be in a bridge if you want to, but you don't have to. But when we do the lat pull, I want you to put your butt down, because I just feel like we're going to get a better benefit of the exercise that way. So pick up your heaviest weights that you can do a press with. Get yourself into that bridge if you're doing it. Now look at your wrist and make sure that you're holding the weights with your wrists neutral. Come on down with control. Back of the arms are on the floor and then right back up. So the pace that you go down and the pace that you go up, today I would like you to make it equal. Now, of course, we're inhaling on the way down and we're exhaling as we push up. Really focus on your chest here. Squeeze it as you lift up. Let those weights kick at the top of the move. Make them friends. Why not? Okay, keep those wrists neutral. Keep lifting the butt and squeezing it. Now, if you're stuck with weights that aren't super duper heavy, slow it down even more when you're coming down. Okay, we have 5 more here. Yes, I know we're doing a lot of these reps. We're only doing these one time. Our second chest exercise will be push-ups, but not right away. Don't worry. Okay. Butt comes down, weights come down. Shake out your wrists, twirl your hands. Make them happy and love you again, because I'm sure they might not have been so happy if the weights were heavy. Now, we're going to start with our lat press. So your butt stays on the floor, but you bend your legs. Take one weight or two. If your weights are light, you're holding two and they're touching one another. Arms are straight. They start out just a little in front of the chest. So move them forward. Keep your wrists neutral. The arms are going to go back nice and straight. And then bring them forward of the chest. Again, come up slow and steady. Now, do a little pelvic tilt so your lower back is on the floor. And you're really working that tummy down. Even though it probably already is, you want to make it active. Now your neck should be nice and long and you shouldn't be feeling anything there. Don't tense up. This is one exercise that we are only doing one time. So we're going to stay here. Try to get in about 9 or 10 more reps. One of the ladies that I golf with calls this bra fat when you do a lat pull. Oh, you're working that bra fat. I thought, oh, that sounds so horrible. But I guess it's true. We're working our bra fat. Keep going. Nice and slow and steady. Now, if you let that tummy release in any way, get it back. Try not to limit your range of motion. Do your best on each and every one of these. Two more. Now meet me at the top. And now you're just going to take the weight back so that you have to look through the top of your eyes to see it. And then just hold it right there. Keep the arms straight. Just hold. Hopefully your arms are shaking a little bit. Work through it. You're here 5, 4, 3, 2, and down. Bring that weight down. Roll it up. We're going to shake it out. I'm going to grab a sip of water. We're going to stay down, so don't go far. We're going right back down. So we're going to do tricep extensions. If you're holding 2 weights, they can be together. And if you're holding 1, you've got it on each end. Same way you were holding that 1 weight for the lat pull. So they call these skull crushers. Bend at the elbow. So the wrist and the elbow, that section of your arm is the only part of the arm that moves. So skull crusher, because when that weight comes down, you feel it right on the top of the head, right? Above the forehead. Nice and slow here. It's so important to slow it down when you lower, so you really get the benefit. So we talked about keeping the same pace going down and up. If you can. I'm definitely feeling the shake here. Woohoo! Celebrate that. We long for that. So now we're working our wave, right? So when we wave, we get rid of the jiggle. So we've done bra fat, now we're doing our wave. So you should be feeling this right in the back of that arm, between the shoulder and the elbow, your tricep muscle. They're tiny, but if you don't exercise them, it's not the look that we're really after. So try to work through these. See if we can do maybe 6 more really slow. And again, if you are stuck at home with lighter weights, you need to do more repetitions. And more sets. But unfortunately, I've designed this to be a total body workout. So we're only going 1 set, but we're really getting it, right? We should be really struggling at this point to make these last 3 happen. Oh my goodness. Whew. 2 more. And last one, thank goodness. Okay. Put it down. I know one thing, it's going to be fun doing those push-ups you talked about. Okay. We're going to do another round of chest, but this time you're going to have a 45-degree angle. So your elbows, when the back of the arms hit the floor, the elbows are 45 degrees out from the body. They're not wide the way we did them the first go around. So if you're ready, you can get yourself back into your bridge. Make that upside down V with your weights. And then let the elbows come down just 45 degrees out from the body and press back up. You're going to feel this more in the center part of your chest. And it's probably shaking already because this is similar to a previous exercise, right? I know my whole chest is shaking. Hopefully yours is too. Make sure you're exhaling out when you press up. Inhaling on the way down. Squeeze that back. You know what? The next time your weights are at the top, walk your knees and feet together and squeeze your knees. So we take advantage of challenging our inner thighs a bit. So when I say squeeze your knees, I don't just mean bring your knees to touch. I mean, push them with all your might into each other. Create a big force there. You'll feel it all the way up and into your glutes. Okay. We got to shoot for those 6 more. Okay. Whew, that was interesting. Okay. Shake out your arms, shake out your grip. We are going to come back up. I'm just grabbing a sip. Come on up. We're going to do some sumo squats. So we haven't done these in a while. You've got your inner thighs all warmed up and ready to go. I'm going to hold 2 weights just because I'm feeling it today. You know, your bodies react differently on different days, but I had a great night's sleep, so I'm feeling happy and strong. So I'm going for it. Hopefully you are too. So look down at those feet and you're going to hold the weights right in front. Come on down and then squeeze as you come back up. Down and squeeze. Don't drop the face. Because the minute you drop your face and do this, your upper back has a tendency to go with the head and round and release. We don't want that. Goodness, no, we don't want that. You want a long, strong spine. So work it, keep your shoulders retracted. Nice. Now come up this time, do a hammer curl with the right, hammer curl with the left, and right back down. Keep it going. Nice job. Make sure you're exhaling out as you come back up. Great work. These hammer curls should feel fairly challenging because we've already done so much arm work. So we're going to do 5 more of these if we can. And then we're going to do some kettlebell swings with just one weight. Three more here. Make sure you keep great posture. When you start to lose your form in an exercise, that's time to switch the exercise. Nice. Last one. Okay, while we're here, what the heck? Bring them up to your shoulders and just do a few of these presses. Keep your feet where they were. When your feet are wide like this, you should feel super stable. Keep your neck long, your chin up. Keep it going. No movement in those hips. Great job. Hang on, we're almost done this. Whew. Okay, put them down. Shake out your hands, your wrists. One of the weights goes to the side, and we're just going to use one, and we're going to do kettlebell swings. So, hold it however you like, but this is a good way. So, swing it, squeeze your butt every time. It's not going over the face or over your head. You're just getting a benefit of a little elevated heart rate. Nothing these arms can't handle, right? Woohoo! So we've got 8, 7, 6, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Okay. Whew. We're going to do some reverse lunges. I have my little discs. If you don't, just grab either a little towel or socks without shoes. So, right foot's on the disc. We're going to swing the arms forward as the leg goes back, and then come back up. So work as big of a range as you can, and you're staying on that same leg. Try to make it look like you're steady and stable, and you're the boss. Nice. And again, if you're on turf that doesn't slide, step back. Okay, we're staying on this foot. We're going to go halfway back, arms out, come down into a squat, come back up, take it all the way out and all the way forward. So arms up, all the way back, forward, halfway back, squat. And just keep repeating. Nice job. Not a lot of weight on the foot that's on that disc, right? You're working this leg. Okay. 3 more. And then we switch. Whoops. This is the last one. Okay. Shake out those arms. Switch your feet. You ready? Now it's on the left foot. Slide back and up. Back and up. So when I take it back, I have a small lean of my upper body, which takes all of any possibility of tension in the lower back. Really pushing into the heel of that front foot to get myself back up, which is what activates the booty. Okay, here we go. Arms out, halfway back, squat, come back up, slide in, all the way. Nice, nice and steady. Always wins the race. Great job. Hopefully you're feeling it on that right leg. Whew. Couple more. So good when we train one leg at a time. There's no dominant leg taking over the move for you. Okay, and that is a wrap. That's a wrap of the disc. So grab your mat. We're going to lie back down. We're going to start with crunches. Working the tummy. So get yourself, actually, let's do a full body stretch before we start that. So extend your legs all the way out. Point your toes. Arms go all the way back behind you. Now, while you're doing this, suck your belly down. Get nice and flat on the shoulder blades. Spread your fingers wide and then pull them in really tight. Open them up, spread them, pull them in really tight. One more time. Open, squeeze. Nice job. Bring the arms back by your side. Pull those feet in so your legs are bent. Now, pelvic tilts up so that you feel the lower back on the floor. I know we're almost out of time, but we're going to squeeze these crunches in. So elbows back, Chin tucks, come up into a crunch while you suck your belly down. And then come back down slowly. Lift back up, squeeze, drop your elbows back. Really work hard to get the tummy down. Come back down slow. And repeat. And down slow. And up. You're just here for 10 more, and then we're doing 10 push-ups, and then we're signing off. Really actively make these fabulous, really work your tummy here. Your chin tucks when you come up, but your elbows stay back. And your tummy, of course, is down. Okay, roll it up. The fun's going to begin. We have 10 push-ups to get in. If you need to take breaks in between, do it. And once we've done our 10, I promise you class will be over. So get into push-up position, make each of these great, up and down for 10. Hollow out your belly. Hopefully you are done. Okay. Come back up. Let's just take a nice big deep breath. Reach the arms nice and wide so you're making a Y. Come halfway down. Little bow. Come back up, make that Y. And I thank you for your power and strength. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Whew.